never box against critics again. Saying I was the best of the four is sort of asking yourself which smells worse, cat shit or dog shit. And they roll out all shit, but you know, whatever. Listen, but what I was getting at is that that was a brilliant publicity stunt. Well, for you and for me actually taking part in it. Once upon a time you were this guy who made so-called bad movies, right? And now you've become sort of this counterculture icon, this cult figure. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that stunt, the maneuver in Vancouver, worked in your favor to elevate your reputation?
No, I don't know. I don't know what brought my reputation down, to be honest. Did you saw House of the Dead 2? Or like 150 movies you have in Rook Morgue or the Fangoria magazine every month, where you think like, holy shit. So, no, but the thing is, I don't know what your question was, but I'm almost standing sleeping here. No, the thing, what I wanted to say is the following. I think a lot of people saw, my first movie they saw was House of the Dead. And then I did before that movie, they didn't recognize it, like maybe a good movie like Heart of America, I think was a good movie, or Black Woods was also not a bad movie. And then this was a very bad start, let's say it this way, yeah. So, but on the other hand, I don't know what people were expecting from a movie like House of the Dead. So, I think there's a lot of gore and a lot of action in House of the Dead. It's not a slow movie, and so this is the other thing, what is worse, at least to discuss what was the expectation. But I don't think that, I think I made a lot of different movies with different genres, and I was pissed that Blood Rain got the same reviews like Alone in the Dark. So you can say about Blood Rain you didn't like it, whatever, but it was not the same movie like Alone in the Dark, but the reviews were almost the same, they only switched the film title. So I was pissed and I thought, okay, if you want to destroy me physically or whatever, then meet in the ring, come in the ring, and that's fine. And I emailed a list down in the internet, I think with 40 or 50 that code names from IMDb users and other websites, and nobody stepped up. And then only like a few people stepped up, and then okay, so let's do it. And I wasn't in a good mood because I just shot, I was shooting Postal at the same time. So yeah, we did it, and that's the only guy I would fight still is Jean-Claude Van Damme, because he passed on my first movie, so but not critics anymore.
You really mean that? Would you, if Jean-Claude took up that challenge, would you fight Jean-Claude Van Damme? Really? Can you take on Steven Seagal while you're at it? That punchy prick? Now listen, House of the Dead, first of all, we can't hate that movie. It's got Clint Howard in it and Jürgen Prochnow playing Captain Kirk. That's a stroke of genius right there. One of the reasons you're almost a living dead right in front of me right now, barely coherent, barely standing, is a little movie called Postal, which you are flying here, then when you fly out to Hollywood tomorrow, you just flew in from Germany for the day. You must be one tired motherfucker. Now, it's all because of this movie Postal, which is there's no question about it, it's your best film, and also one of the funniest, most outrageous comedies in many a mood, right? But also very controversial. Can you explain a little bit about that controversy that's dogging you a bit with Postal?
Yeah, the problem is that Postal gets, for example, in Europe, a lot of screens are not playing it because they're afraid of fundamentalist attacks. What is bullshit, because there's no fundamentalist threat against the movie. But people have too much self-censorship already in their heads, what I think, pussying out before something happens. And in US, you have the problem with a lot of Bush fans. Let's say it this way, yeah? And Cineplex Odeon is not playing it in Canada, what is very bad also. So, it gets out here in February, so we gave it a little more time to develop in the hope we're getting more theaters for it. So it's not so easy, but I think a movie where you uses cats as silencers or a vampire gets raped by monkeys is worth to see. And the question is really like how many, like of that band, still are kind of comedies you can take. At one point, people want to see something else, but there's of course the Hollywood studios, and they try that there is nothing else, so that the people laugh about the same stuff over and over again. And during my whole tour, also in England, Guy Ritchie bought it for England, and he wanted to release it big in England, and he didn't get all of the screens. He gets no 10 screens, right? So, and this is kind of depressing. And I think that a movie like The Life of Brian, or whatever, or Sense of Life, like that Monty Python movies, would not get any financing today anymore. I think they would not finance it. They would say, like, Life of Brian, if you come up with the same script now, and the old movie would be not existing, they would say, oh, this is too controversial. And I think this is the kind of thing where we all went backwards. It's after the September 11, I think the whole world went backwards between, like, Middle West retards and fundamentalist retards.